Hello guys.
Welcome back to
Two GoodBis Instead Of Hello.
Now on with the podcast. You gonna sneeze?
No.
Sure. Just a burp instead.
Yeah.
Right. So we went on a walk for charity, didn't we, Baba?
Yeah.
And managed to catch some quality fucking content. I'll put the actual video on the actual video itself.
Yeah.
But this, when I edited it, I was fucking crying. So I'll give some backstory before. We was on our way to the, I think it was on the way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We was on the way to the Wrekin because we walked from my house, from your house, essentially, in Dawley, all the way to Wellington, the Wrekin, and we was on the long run.
My watch counted 18 miles.
Fucking disgusting. I've still got fucking blisters. Anyway, so we walked past this field, and it smelled like absolute bukkake.
It smelled like death.
That
Literal.
fucking burp smells like death. Can you stop burping? I'm gonna put you down in a minute.
It's water, it makes me burp.
Yeah, water don't smell like shit. So,
Smell like chili.
yeah, Liam just started to gag, and it was the funniest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
So what we'll do is we'll play it and then we'll do our reaction afterwards, so then we can cut that bit out of us playing it and actually put the video in.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll put the audio out.
Yeah, and then just put that video.
Someone's boggy arse. Cold rotty. Oh, fucking hell. It smells like bleach, like mould. That is literally pure smell of death. I think someone's buried in there.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
I love how you go. It smells like, it smells fucking death.
Honestly, you can see how so close I am to being sick.
It's
My jaw just literally protrudes out, my body's getting ready to
my favourite.
use everywhere.
My favourite thing is when you cross the road thinking it's not gonna, I'm gonna cross the road and I won't smell it.
It's bad, but it's fucking just as bad, isn't it? If not worse.
I'll go back to it. When you cross the road and you go, and you always, I push you away because I think you're gonna throw up.
Oh yeah, did you hear every time I throw a heave, that burp come out with it
Oh, I don't know why, but my favourite thing to record of you is when you're gagging because you're so expressive.
my whole body protrudes its mouth.
Would you want to throw up into your jacket or something?
I don't know, I was just trying to hide from the smell.
The thing is, I cut out the sections where I was heaving, but I was laughing so much that I couldn't smell. But there's a part of
Oh, you heaved walking up though, didn't you?
Oh, I fucking gagged. Because I was laughing, I went, do you know like when your mouth starts to water and you start to get that
Almost like your body's getting ready.
So I'm crying. Oh, I've never laughed so much.
I've never heaved so much without being sick.
It smelled.
Utter rot.
It smelled like we walked into a crime scene. Fuck.
Maybe we should send it to Crime Stoppers.
Crime scene cleaners. Yeah. Can you get rid of the smell, please? But oh my fucking... I was editing it and I found it down. And afterwards I was like, this is top notch. I just wanted to... I wanted to post it everywhere because I know that people did enjoy it. I even showed people at uni.
And they're laughing.
They were pissed themselves, and I think one girl was like, oh, poor lad, poor lad. I was like, oh. But oh, man.
They've all met you though, haven't they?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yes, yeah, some of them have. But oh my god. Oh, fucking hell.
I couldn't believe it. Oh, one of our teachers fucking commented on it.
I know, it's great.
Oh, Liam never changes.
Yeah,
oh my god.
he was like that since year 7 or something. Oh.
I think it's a bit well ago. Fucking, I like that grit that I did.
Oh, fuck. It's got to you, like, gagging.
You need to share the full video. It kind of explains
when
it.
I promote this, when we promote this on Twitter, I'm gonna whack it onto it because I know it's top-notch quality content. Fucking hell. Ugh.
God, if anyone's got mental health issues, they should watch that because
Honestly, God, it cheers me. I showed my parents and they were just crying. Best, honestly.
Or to smell of it though. Oh my, I can't get over it. That is the worst smell I've ever smelled in my entire life. God, if that's what a body smells like when it's fucking rotting, I am happy to steer very clear of that.
You told me that earlier on. You told me that it was a maggot farm.
Yeah, it's a maggot farm.
Why can't it be enclosed in an environment that
it's across the field.
The whole field.
Yeah, that field ain't the maggot farm. It's on the other side.
Are you being fucking serious?
No. I mean, yeah.
Fuck me.
They hang animals up like full corpse animals, and let the larvae eat away at the. And then the maggots drop off it and they catch them and then sell them to bait shops and stuff for fishing.
But anyway, should we move on to the actual walk itself? So yeah, that's the part of the walk that I enjoyed. But I enjoyed it.
It was hilarious. It was so long though. My legs have never hurt so much.
We got to the top and Liam almost fucking walked off the Rican. He's like, "Are we ready then?" I was like, "Yeah, alright." And I started walking towards the cliff edge. I was like,
yeah, because we went on the rocks. Can't
you fucking see the abyss of the cliff? I thought,
no, because I was walking, turned around as if to go. And I thought. I walked straight. I thought, oh god, I need to stop. It's right at the end. I was like, oh my fucking god.
Fucking hell. Can you stop burping? Oh, was that gag? Is that a gag? Love a good old Liam gag. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was funny.
Me too. That
it's a long walk.
Honestly, I looked at my feet after, and I was like, nah. Oh. I had to put my slides on because all the other shoes hurt. So I had to go to the shop with my mum, and she's like, "Do you want to come with me?" And I was like, "I'm not going in." She went, "Okay." So I just put my slides on with white socks.
Wasn't it really all the way to the whole?
My whole heel, and the top of my I guess the top heel of your foot.
Could you rip the knuckle? The knuckle of your big toe.
I will show you.
That's energy drink.
Yeah. Can you smell it? Can you smell what energy drink it is, Papa?
Monster.
No. It's relentless. It's 89p.
Is it?
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, bitch. But honestly, I feel my energy's up. I'm really tired, but my energy's up because I have this relentless drink. No, relentless energy drink. No, relentless energy. Yeah, fucking... Gunk! You fucking are. Do you like my screensaver?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I know, yeah. I forget sometimes, so I was on my computer and one of the girls had just looked over. I was like, yeah, ignore that. Don't you think it looks like they laid the slug out of a Monsters Inc?
Yeah.
I thought so. It's quite appropriate, but I forget. So when I open my computer up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh fuck! Because if I close my laptop open, if I close my laptop and put it back open, fucking gratis.
I'll share my work colleague some of your photography.
Did you?
Yeah, she said you're absolutely brilliant. She went, what camera did she use? I was like a Nikon, I think.
Which one did you share?
The whole Instagram page.
Yeah. Some,
And I said the one on the plane was done on Samsung S9 Plus.
The recent one wasn't on my phone.
No, that was on your phone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's up the weekend. Thought so.
So yeah, I realised actually, I looked back, because I haven't used my photography account in a hot minute, and the last upload was actually Barmouth.
We've got 3 accounts now.
I got 3. Oh, babe. I almost called you babe then. Oh, babe. I've got about 4.
Oh yeah, please don't do that.
2, 4. What, babe? I'm not calling you babe.
God, please don't.
Babe! 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 Come up! Babe! Yeah. I've actually got 5.
Oh, great.
2 of which are for uni. Yeah. Definitely.
So, yes, we've got a very interesting topic.
Also, sorry about the background noise. It's Liam's sister's playing.
There we go.
Liam aggressively fucks the door to close it.
Yeah, we've got some very, very interesting articles that are linked.
Yes, Baba.
And I'm very sure you're going to be very amused by my reactions.
Just prepare for a... Oh shit, one sec. Power cuts and broken escalators at world's biggest Primark on open day.
Well, it's hardly a surprise when I had over 5,000 people go in one day.
It's Primark. And apparently you've got like a Disney calf. Liam, I swear to God, I'm going to throw up into your mouth.
Please.
Oh, fuck. I'm just going to wait for that to clear. Because that smells like pulled pork and shit.
It was meat, beef and pork, chilli.
Yeah. It smells like arsehole.
I thought it smelled nice.
Yeah. Next time, burp into your own mouth.
I did.
Yeah, you didn't, because I can still fucking smell it. So, do you want to read this article?
Yeah, I'll just get it up.
I've got it up on my computer, so do you want me to?
I'll do, yeah. So, teacher at centre of LGBT lesson row received death threat. Would you like to read some of it? Well, I think I know.
So I have to read this. Okay, great. The teacher at the centre of a LGBT lessons row has received death threats and other nasty messages which have left him feeling vulnerable. Andrew Moffat of Parkfield Community School in Birmingham was told, "You won't last long."
Oh.
Sky News reported. The assistant head teacher, no outside programme, has sparked protests by mainly Muslim parents who object to their children learning about same-sex relationships. Where was I? Sorry, we had to edit that out because Liam went off his fucking little curve. Where was I? The assistant head teacher's No Outsiders programme has sparked... okay, I've already read that. Mr. Moffat told Sky News, "I have some very nasty messages and letters. I had a message to say you won't last long." So there has been some very difficult messages to receive. Asked whether there had been death threats, and he said, "I suppose you could say that it is a death threat, and you could look at it like that." The No Outsiders programme teaches according to the Equality Act, and Mr. Moffat said that you cannot pick and choose which parts of it apply. Pupils are taught about the positive values of diversity, tolerance and acceptance in a broad curriculum encompassing LGBT rights, same-sex relationships, gender identity, race, religion and colour. Last month, Mr. Moffat revealed that the daily demonstrations outside the school gates had left some children in tears. As a result of disruption and negative effect on youngsters, the school decided to suspend its No Outsiders programme until the agreement could be reached with concerned parents. You know, at the end of the day, I don't believe in that. That shouldn't be a thing.
What shouldn't?
Having to, suspend these teachings.
Well, it's a new law, so by 2020, these parents haven't got a choice.
Yeah.
So, they need to swallow their tongue very quickly because they can't pick and choose, like he said, what they want their children to be taught. They won't mind their children being taught about race and colour and religion and stuff, but when it comes to, the whole broad spectrum of same-sex marriage, LGBT rights, at the end of the day, we're teaching children to love everyone, no matter what.
Well, if they're going to teach diversity within
is
school...
everything.
Exactly. So, I don't...
So, what I put on Facebook the other day is that if this was an argument about colour, or race, or ethnic backgrounds, you wouldn't have people campaigning that they don't want their children to be taught about it. Because it's there. Yeah. It needs to be addressed. And there's homophobia, transphobia, biphobia, gay phobia, homophobia, whatever.
Yeah.
So, why can't we teach children that that's not correct? Because it's not correct. In the British law, it states that homophobia and any phobia against any group is a hate crime. and you can go to prison for it. So you as parents, most of you have failed to teach your children how to correctly treat people or correctly talk to somebody. Oh yeah, it's alright for my child to say that he's a fag because I'm against homophobes. No, I'm against homosexuals, sorry. Or it's okay that I can call that girl a snowflake because she used to be a man. You know? I think this new Equality Act is brilliant.
Yep.
And these people, let's say that word very lightly because they're not people. And they're certainly not religious because Christianity, Muslims, any culture or religion is meant to accept anybody. And it's not up to them to judge. So who are these people to say that we can't teach diversity and equality in our country? They brought their children up in this country. They come to this country. Their parents come to this country. So they have to accept our laws like we have to accept theirs. And if they don't like it, well, take your children out of the school and teach your own children.
At the end of the day...
Because I'm sure you do a fabulous job.
Do you know what? I think I might add a new increment into this podcast. It's called Mim Fucking Rants. At the end of the day, society is all about evolving. And if we don't evolve, we will evolve. And the people who don't evolve with us will be left behind. Exactly. So it's their choice whether they want to stay behind.
But this isn't our choice.
Yeah.
This is a law that has been put into place, which will come into effect by 2020. And they can't opt out anymore. So, they best get used to it.
So, leading on from that, do you want to introduce your next article?
Oh, yeah, this one links with this school as well.
It's the same school?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So, the title is, Mother Warns Teacher She Will Kill Her Son If He Is Gay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do you know what I think they should implement a new law? That parent should be prosecuted for a death threat towards a child. She should lose every child that she's got in her house, and she should never be allowed to speak to her children again. And them children should be placed into care. And I find that anybody that doesn't accept their child for what they are is classed as abuse and should lose their children. They should be placed into care. Because this is creating a world of hatred and a world where people feel that they cannot come out as what they are because of these stupid, vile people that are so straight-minded that don't even know how to be human. Being gay is natural. It's in every single, animal kingdom.
Exactly.
So why can't it be in Homo sapiens?
Oh, I don't know, man.
But because religion says it's not allowed. Religion is created by man. Religion was written for people years and years ago that were poor and had nobody, so they could speak to somebody that wasn't there to answer all their prayers. Well, I'm sorry, not many have been answered, have they?
When you said about the animal kingdom, there's actually a pair of gay penguins. I think they're in New York City Central Park Zoo, and they wanted to have little penguin babies, so they found a rock, right, and they pretended it was a baby, so they used to pass it to one another. Yeah, please burp over there because that fucking reeks. So they pretended that they collected this rock in one of their little areas.
Yeah.
Passed it to one another, and the zoo decided to give them an actual egg that was discarded by one of the, I guess, quote-unquote straight couples. And they looked after this little baby.
So it can be done then?
Yeah. Apparently it's called, the couple are called Ray and Silo.
Roy and Silo.
Roy and Silo, whatever it is.
So I've read in history that before Americans went over to India and Asia, they lived gender-free, sexuality-free, and they all dressed the same.
It wasn't America, it was the British Empire. The rule of the British Empire, yeah. And they essentially...
Well, that would have been America as well, then.
Well, yeah. They just...
Destroyed it. Said that was wrong.
Yeah, they said, that's wrong, that's weird, stop. So they stopped, and it's become a very repressed culture. Because the Indian culture, don't quote me on this, I'm not an expert on it, but
it's
a lot of their illustrations are very sexually orientated, and yeah, like the Kama Sutra and shit like that.
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of, it shows in history that, you know, everything has been suppressed by modern times. It wasn't really religion or anything, it was more to do with people.
See if I can find a represent. So they were very, very open and free spirited, and then they just got shot down by British. Just fucking ridiculous, and yeah.
It's quite sad, isn't it, really? How somebody can do that, so you destroy something so quickly.
Yeah.
And now, you know, it's taken how long for India to become progressive? Until very recently, they've accepted gay marriage.
Yeah.
And homosexuality is now legal in India. The first Asian country to
do it.
Yeah. And a lot of countries in that area are very disgusted by it. But at the end of the day, we are living in a world where if you're not progressive, then we don't want to be friends with you.
I mean, you just get left behind, don't you?
Mm.
But yeah. Anyway, moving on to something that's very light-hearted.
It's that country, that Beauty, where a lot of famous people have been calling to what's it called? Boycott the hotels that are owned by that country. Have you not heard it?
No.
George Clooney and everyone's been doing it.
What, boycotting?
Yeah, boycott.
But there's a man in the American, I think it's either justice system or government system, called Mike Pence.
There you go.
Who believes
Brunei introduced strict Islamic laws this week that make gay sex punishable by flogging or stoning to death. Celebrities include George Clooney are calling on the public to boycott luxury hotels owned by Brunei. Now the social media accounts of these hotels have become inaccessible following criticism online.
I think I've seen it. Is it the is it boycotting? It's in red writing.
Yeah. A lot of celebrities cancelled their reservations in hotels because of the law that's come into place.
Yeah.
And that they've called for this law to be dropped, or else they won't be won't be spending their money.
Good. Again, if you don't progress, I mean business. If you own a business, you know it's important to progress.
Are owned by that country.
Yeah.
So they are going to see substantial financial loss by this because celebrities stay in these hotels because they're quite high end.
If you own your own company and you're an entrepreneur, you know it's important to.
There are hotels in this world though that won't allow same-sex couples to stay in the hotel.
Well, they're gonna fucking lose a lot of business then, aren't they?
Mm.
It's their choice. If they want to do that, they can. But they can't. But yeah.
Sad times. I honestly don't know when this world is going to come to some kind of conclusion that what they're doing is wrong.
I think
because at the end of the day, it's genocide, isn't it, really, when you're killing your own people for being themselves.
But just think, in the past 10 years, LGBT society and as a whole has progressed a lot. So just imagine, hopefully...
I don't agree fundamentally with everything that LGBT promote. But the basic roots of LGBT...
What don't you agree with?
Just certain things that I'm not going to comment on because it's not my right to do that. Because people can be what they want to be. But that's my personal opinion. I'm going to keep that personal because I ain't being slated for my personal opinion.
At the end of the day, I don't care what you associate yourself with, or categorise yourself as. At the end of the day, you be you. If you're happy, you're happy.
What I don't agree with is LGBT people promote parents choosing their children's genders. Whether it be... Okay. I don't agree with that. I think it should be the child's choice when they're older. I think that's playing with records.
Yeah.
We are born what we are to begin with, and then you choose what you identify as.
Okay.
when you are legally old enough to do that, and when you are assessed by proper people that know if this is, for real, because a lot of transgender people have to go through many assessments before they can make that decision. So, why is it legally okay for a parent to choose their child's gender, whether it be male, female, or non-specific, because of their thoughts?
Yeah.
It's ruining the whole aspect of that. That's what I don't agree with. And that LGBT kind of, like, pink news and stuff, were promoting it like it's a good thing. It's not. That's my opinion.
I think we are going to add in the Liam rant as a little segment. I think it'd be very entertaining, because over the past few weeks you have been...
Vocal.
Oh, yeah. And you can have your little shining moment of you just getting fucking pissed.
Yeah. Well, some things really do annoy me, because since when is it anybody's right to judge anybody?
You shouldn't judge, just love.
Well, I know it's a human kind of thing to judge people, but you don't judge them for the aspects that they can't choose.
Yeah.
That's very nasty.
I agree, Papa.
Because you're not really there. Oh, I've heard a new Brandy Carlisle song today.
Oh, right.
It's called Every Time I Hear That Song. Quite like it. But yeah, Brexit's been delayed till the 31st of October.
Oh, it's funny how it's on Halloween.
I know. Means it's going to be the biggest disaster of lifetime. Apparently.
I saw this video of this Scottish lady trying to explain what Brexit was, and it made me giggle.
Do you know, I find it quite silly, really.
Is that Parliament have said no to Theresa's deal, and they've said no to no deal, but some of them said yes to no deal but no to Theresa's deal, but not as many that said no to no deal and no to Thesa's deal, but they don't actually have a deal of their own, which is a big deal, because without a deal then no deal is more likely to be the deal that's dealt, and the people who want the deal can't be dealing with that.
I find it quite funny.
Oh, sorry.
I find it quite funny that Scottish people say they didn't vote for Brexit.
Yep.
But was it a segmented vote, or was it a vote of the United Kingdom overall?
I think it was the vote overall.
So since when do states of the United Kingdom pick and choose what happens?
Oh no, I don't know.
If it was a debate on whether Scotland would get more money in their country, and everyone voted against it, would you not think that Scotland would be pushing? Yeah. So I think they're slightly biased when it comes to this. It's because they're using Brexit as a way of trying to push yes to leaving the United Kingdom. And let me just put this straight. If Scotland leave United Kingdom, they will not have any infrastructure. They won't have an economy. They won't have the royal family. They won't have their own currency. They won't be in the EU anyway, because it's the United Kingdom that are in the EU, not Scotland, Wales and England. It's a United Kingdom. So, and then once they leave the United Kingdom, they've got to apply to be a part of the European Union. They've got to be in certain brackets to get into the European Union. If they're a poor country that's got no money, how the hell do you think they're going to, invest into the European Union when they've got no money to invest in their own country?
Bitch!
Yeah, Roger. That Nicola Sturgeon needs to pull a finger out of her arse and think about the country overhaul, not just her country. Her country. Scotland's a country now. It's smaller than fucking Ireland.
Yeah.
Not many people live in Scotland.
Yeah. We can't all look like those anorexic aliens in the
There might be
James Cameron
copyright.
movies.
I doubt it.
dumbass. Bitch. 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 Bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just kind of annoys me how they think that they can be part of the European Union and independent of the United Kingdom as well. Yeah, that's slightly impossible, darling.
The real question about Brexit is...
Will it
Oh
be the
my
end of
God,
United
how
Kingdom?
upset are you?
Will it be the end of United Kingdom? And no, not once have I heard Wales say, we're going to leave the United Kingdom if Brexit happens. Did Wales vote for Brexit? Have a look. I want to see what the overall was. It's kind of weird, isn't it? How it's 52-48 for staying in the European Union, and it was what 52-48 for leaving the European Union.
I don't know, one sec. Welsh voters back Brexit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Welsh people want it as well. So I tell you why Welsh people want it.
Why?
Because there's a massive farming industry in Wales, and Welsh farmers are so suppressed by the European Union, it's unbelievable. You know, Scotland don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
They get all their benefits for their benefit brawlers in Scotland. You know, that comes from the United Kingdom House of Parliament. You know, they've got their own little parliament in Scotland where they make their own budgets and stuff. We give them enough devolution. They only want to be their own country. Well, good luck to you, sweet pea, because you'd be fucking down the drain in 5 minutes. You owe the United Kingdom every pence that you've got. Because, you know, they were in so much debt that they had to join, merge with the United Kingdom. So I'd love to know how much money they owe. Search it.
I wouldn't vote.
Search it. How much money the Scotland owe the United Kingdom?
Good old fucking Google. How much money? Scotland what?
Does Scotland owe to the UK?
Oh, to the fucking... Oh, to England, so...
Yeah.
If I can spell England. Nearly 200 billion.
Yeah. So, are they prepared to pay that with no money? No. It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yes, bye-bye. Ah, mate.
So is that the end of this podcast?
Yeah.
Right, it's goodbye from me.
Hold on, let me find a soundtrack. Don't say goodbye.
Goodbye, my love. Goodbye.
Fucking goodbye.
My lover.